Not showing. National parks on a budget. What can we do on National Parks Unveiled? Exploring America's jewels on a budget. First off, we have all sorts of books you can get on national parks. That is one way to start off. I personally purchased mine at a national park, and here I am, and here is the nationalparks.gov. This is the book that I purchased, American National Parks. It's a way to, just take a visual look at all the parks. And one of the things that you also might do is consider checking out this website right here, which I'm going to show you. And let's make me smaller so that I'm not in the way as much. And move me over to this side, because that way I'm really out of the way. This is the National Parks website, nationalparks.gov, and we go to the top. Let's go to the very top of this. This is what it looks like when you open up the page, and we have camping under the stars, get camping tips and everything. Now, today I'm going to be going over just the camping part, because there is so much to this. This is going to be a multi-part, save you money, stay tuned series on national parks. First, we're going to cover camping. Next, we're going to cover a selection of parks for your individual states. And then we're going to cover passes. Now, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how you can get to some of these places and then get into camping specifically. Here's camping under the stars, get camp tips here. That's going to be where we're going to go into camping. Now, for finding a park, you can find it by state. And for example, California, which is not easy to get to. But there you go. This is California. It's got by the numbers. It's got more information. And that is California in a nutshell. The other one is the entrance passes. This is the entrance passes. And there's all sorts of different types. And we'll go over those in a later video too. So stay tuned. It's going to be fun. Here we go. Let's get into camping in detail. First, we have, this is, if you get lost on this thing and you hit home, this is not necessarily the home. This is actually the home right there, National Park Service, if you click on that. Now, this says a little bit about camping, how to camp, recreate responsibly. In other words, pick up after yourself. Don't be a pest. And next, why camp? It's tradition. And explore nature. Improve health. Digital detox. Get away from computers like this one. Strengthen relationships. You can bring somebody with you. Anybody want to go camping with me? Uncle Bill hasn't had anybody camp with him in a long time. And develop life skills. Learn how to pitch a tent, learn how to fish, hunt, trap, learn how to get rid of ticks. Oh, we didn't say that. Yes, we did. Now that's why camp. Where can I camp? Finding a campground. This was also on the, let me get some water here. You can find a campground. Let's click on that and just find one. See, look at that. We can just zero it in by state, come down, and there's all sorts of campgrounds available. The Channel Islands. Now, there are some campgrounds which aren't covered on a lot of this stuff too, which is kind of interesting. So, not everything is a national park. These are the ones that are in national parks. Okay, so let's go back. And that's how to find a campground. You zero in on it. Now, this is one that I advocate a lot for. Backyard camping. One of the advantages of the backyard camping is you can test out all of your camp gear before going. You should not take brand new camp gear and expect it to work right out of the box without checking it out in your backyard. At a minimum, pitch your tent, use your stove, do all that stuff. But even better, why not camp in the backyard? Kids love it. And it's safe and secure. All right. Why camp? Where to camp? We got the backyard camping. Front camping. Now, this one, I never heard this term before, but front camping is car camping. So if you ever hear people talk about front camping, that is car camping. I just found that out today. There's general amenities, and they have all sorts of interesting things about car camping and what to expect and how to plan. And the nice thing about car camping is better to bring too much than too little, because you can always travel with it in your car. You can leave it in your car, but if it's in your car, it's with you. If it's not in your car, you don't have it. And cell connectivity, this is a big one, especially like if you're in Arizona. A lot of times if you get more than a couple of yards off the road, you're not going to have cell service because they have little cellular repeaters next to the roads in Arizona. So know what your cell coverage is. Check a cell map. You cannot always depend on cellular. Where can I camp? Find a campground, backyard, front camping. Let's go into wilderness and backpacking. Wilderness and backpacking is a little bit more involved. It involves a lot more planning and safety issues, backpacking, water trips, rafts, canoes, etc., climbing rocks, geology, oceans, and all sorts of things that you can do. You can go on the ocean with your kayak if you have a sea kayak, night skies, natural sounds, wilderness, and lots more information on the National Parks website. Wilderness back. When can I camp? Crowds, quiet. Oh, when can I camp? Weather determines a lot. Also determines how you're going to dress. Facilities, you might want to look into that. Spring, summer. Summer is tick season in California, so that's something to be leery of. Autumn, winter, snow camping. Know what you're going to encounter depending on what time of year you're going to be camping. And how to camp. They got all sorts of things on how to camp. Bring down what to bring, finding and setting up a campsite. Good to practice in the backyard. Camp like us, camping etiquette. A lot of people need to go over that. Cooking in camp, camping with kids, camping with animals, camp activities. A lot of places don't allow animals, or if they do allow animals, they have to be on a leash. So things to know about. You can even go camping with your horse. Camp activities and checking out. How do you check out of your campground? How do you check into your campground? Things to know about. All right, like a hotel room. Okay. Now, staying safe. There's lots of things to stay safe. They cover this. Plan, research. I'm sorry to be jerking around on this thing because, Seek and listen, know, take action, know your physical limits and mental limits. Also, if you're going hiking and it's in a desert or something like that, make sure to go with a friend. Don't go by yourself, because if there's an emergency, you need to be able to handle it. Parks, on finding a park and just all sorts of fun things. And then we're going to lastly be covering parks passes. Love you all. Stay tuned.